The Ayatollah is dead.
More countries are being drawn into the Middle East war.
As Secretary Rubio said after the Maduro raid, if you don't know, now you know.
Anybody start any wars this weekend? You gotta ask nowadays. You gotta ask. You gotta ask, man. I don't know. Apparently that's how our government uses its Saturdays now. What's up with our government and starting wars on Saturdays? Are we all working weekends now too? It's crazy, man. Like, I remember back when Saturdays were like chill day, dude. And now this is when they plan their massive like coups. Okay, obviously we're in Hawaii, so I know there's like at least 20 people here like, I don't know who he's talking about. Okay, so a little bit of context. You're better than Maui for sure. If I said this in Maui, they'd all be looking like, what is he talking about? We were having a casual aloha Saturday. So the United States government, that's us, in conjunction with Israel, that's also us. Yeah, we're occupied by them, yeah. We conducted a strike or a series of strikes on Iran. Iran is a country in Western Asia, you could say. I was going to say Midwest, but then you'd be like, Chicago? No. Yes. So yeah. The thing is, there was a lot of different language used around this strike. First of all, if you've been following the situation with the United States and Iran, you would know this was going to happen at some point. Yeah. So if you were surprised, like, you know, welcome. Welcome to reality. Yeah, and some people were like, I can't believe that we just bombed Iran. It's like they were saying it for like 10 fucking years. And especially in the last few months, they're like, we're about to bomb Iran, we're about to bomb. They fucking moved the aircrafts like right there, you know, and they're just like sitting there like, what's up? Iran's like, you guys gonna, they're like, no, we're just looking. So like, it was coming, it was coming. And you know, here's the thing, like, I understand why people feel different ways about different scenarios when it comes to war, but like, I don't understand why you can't just have a general gut feeling that says no to war of any kind for any reason. Like, I don't understand, like, after having seen war, which I haven't, but I've seen some vicious stages, and I've bombed hard, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a comedian, I've witnessed bombings, okay? And those are bad enough. But yeah, so you know, I mean, I've always been anti-war, and that's always just kind of been my stance on every kind of conflict. So like, I don't ever feel like I have any inconsistency, but I see people like, you know, treating things different ways, and that's fine. Like, I understand everybody's different, but like this particular one, like, we knew it was happening, okay? And the thing is, like, the United States wants Iran's oil. That's pretty much the simplest way of saying it, okay? If you need the perspective, Iran has the world's third largest oil reserves, okay? Number one is Venezuela. Not sure if you've heard of them. If you haven't, don't worry about it. That's so January. Number two is Saudi Arabia, but they're our ally because they helped with 9/11, so there's that. It's funny because it's true. And number three is Iran, and so to say that this is not about oil is just absurd when they're in the top fucking three, okay? Because if you look even further down, number four is Canada, soon to be the 51st state, okay? And then number five is Iraq. Not sure if you've heard of them, but they are also a small country next to Iran. And so Iran has a lot of oil. So you know that's our interest. It's been our interest for a very long time. In fact, Iran used to have a democracy in the 1950s, and at one point they decided to privatize their oil and not share it with us in the UK. And us in the UK were like, No. So the CIA started some operations that basically overthrew their democracy and instituted a monarchy because, you know, America, we love monarchy when it's not us, you know? And ever since then, the region of Iran has been destabilized in some shape or form. Of course, there was a revolution in 1979, and they basically, you know, what many would call a radicalized or revolutionary government came into place, and it was very anti-imperial, anti-US, and of course, not good to its people, you gotta be honest, but at the same time, like, we should be out of everybody's business in the fucking first place. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's the, 60 years of context for you, but today was Saturday. Yeah, why is our government doing all these military operations on Saturday? Is it do leaders take days off? Is that what it is? Is that overtime tax? I would like to think our tax dollars are going to something, but what's the logic to that? Are they we could go on a Thursday, but I think they'll be busy? You know what I mean? What is the logic? Where the Iranian generals thanks God, the weekend is here, you know? And they were this is our opportunity, you know? Like Maduro, we got Maduro early on a Saturday morning. Was he in the club or something? Was he dancing? We're we know his spot. El Mencho, right, in Mexico, that was what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? So Sábado, basically. Sábado is our invasion day, and I don't understand the logic. The only thing that makes sense, because I feel you could get these people in the same way at any time if you have the intel that lets you know where they are. So the only reason they could be doing it on Saturday is because they think that we won't be paying attention because we'll be at the comedy show, you know? And that's why I got to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because they're oh, they'll never know. They're just going to Hawaiian Brian's. They're going to have some drinks. They'll never know what happened. Just make sure the comedian doesn't talk about it. But yeah, I feel that's the only reason. They feel they think that we're not gonna fucking notice because it's Saturday, fuck yeah. So the United States and Israel started bombing Iran last night, okay? And immediately, Israel started bombing it because they always do. And Israel called it a preemptive strike, or even to go as far as preemptive self-defense. Yes. So Israel defended itself in advance. I didn't know you could do that. And so they started bombing Iran basically our last night, which was early Saturday morning in Iran. And so they've been talking about it for a while. The reasoning has been that we have to stop Iran from getting a nuke, okay? Because according to Netanyahu, Iran will have a nuke within one day to 7 million years, depending on what narrative serves our purpose now. It's like a UPS delivery window, you know? It's what can Brown do for you? I don't know, make a nuke? But here's what I don't understand. Iranians, they have a nuclear program, but there's no evidence that they had a nuke. And also, there has been a lot of, dialogue within the government saying they don't want a nuke because for the longest time, what they say is they consider having a nuclear weapon haram. It's forbidden. It's a bad thing, which is who would have thought? And so basically they're saying that they're going to be close to making a nuke, so we have to go in and stop them from having a nuke. And I guess the United States didn't really want to do it. This is word on the street, or as I call it, a podcast. But from the most reputable journalists I know and I follow, from my understanding, the United States did not necessarily want to get involved in this direct conflict with Iran for all the obvious reasons, because it's putting U.S. service members at risk. It's costly, war is costly, and it's ultimately serving Israel's interests more than it is the United States' interests. Okay. Now, of course, in the long term, we do want Iran's oil, so we're okay, well, we're there, you know? So to say that we have no interest there is bullshit, but from my understanding, the United States did not want this direct conflict this soon, okay? and I could be wrong. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. Shoot me a DM nicely later. In recent events, Israel told the United States, if you do not do this operation for us, we will use a nuclear weapon on Iran. Okay, I'm just telling you what I heard, okay? Which makes you say, what the fuck, Israel has nukes? What the fuck? Because for the longest time, they didn't really confirm they had nukes. Like, we might have nukes, we might not. But now we know they have nukes. And, you know, I don't know. I feel like, first of all, I feel like nobody should have a nuke. I don't know if that's a nuclear take, but I feel that nobody should have a nuke. But if somebody is going to have a nuke, they should be only allowed to have a nuke based on their track record. You know what I mean? Based on how they treat regular bombs, you know? And if you're already not good with your use of regular bombs, maybe you can't get the biggest fucking bomb that exists. You know what I mean? You know, it's like if you're not good at riding a bike, don't drive a car, you know? But yeah, so the word, you know, Netanyahu for the longest time, he was like, they're gonna have a nuclear weapon in 3 days. They're gonna have a nuclear weapon in 3 hours, and then it changed. It's gonna be actually 9 months, and then like it just kept fucking changing. And you know, I don't know if you remember last summer, but there was an attack on Iran's nuclear facilities that allegedly we had damaged, but then they say we didn't damage it, whatever. And then, so yeah, they said we got to go in and we got to get the nuclear weapon. Mind you, North Korea has like long-range missiles that are actually more like we're in Hawaii, we fucking know. North Korea actually has the capability to launch missiles to the United States, namely Hawaii, but other places do. Like they can reach California, so I heard. And, you know, we're not, like, threatening them with this same level action. So, like, you ask, like, what the fuck's going on? You're like, well, North Korea doesn't have oil. You're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.